Hi guys, welcome to another video in linear equations and relations, this series of videos. This video, the goals, plural, are to solve linear equations, or literal equations, sorry. Solve literal equations and use a CAS to solve for a specific variable. I'll show you what that means in a minute. The work you need to complete is copy down some notes. So remember, you should always be summarising something like this in your own words. Don't just take it from me verbatim, as that's the way you understand it, in your own words in your summary book. And then Oxford exercise 3E, those questions just there. Okay, so literal equations are equations whose answers are expressed in terms of other variables. Okay, so let's say we've got this equation here. We've got x plus 5y is equal to 9. This question here is saying find an expression for x for this literal equation here. So you might have a literal equation like this: 2x plus 4 is equal to 10. In the end, I can get x is equal to some number. Okay, and that will be my answer. Literal equations will have x is equal to another variable. Okay, so this is a literal equation. We've got one variable given as the answer in terms of another variable. Okay, so I'm going to go through these three questions just here. Okay, and so when it says find an expression for x, okay, my computer is really going full vacuum cleaner at the moment. When it says find an expression for x, what that's saying is you want your answer to be x is equal to. Okay, that's also called making x the subject. Okay, when you're asked to make something the subject, it's asking you to find x by itself. So really, for this equation here, I want to have the answer as x is equal to. So that's going to be my answer. Okay, so how do I get x by itself? I've got to get rid of this thing here, the plus 5x. How do I do that? I do minus 5y, sorry. So if I have plus 5y, I take away 5y, and I've got to do that to both sides, remember, to keep my equal sign. Plus 5y minus 5y disappears. That means you've got x is equal to 9 minus 5y. And that's my answer. X is equal to 9 minus 5y. That's a literal equation because I've got a variable in my answer. Okay, example number 2. Find an expression for a for the literal equation 2a minus 4b is equal to a. Okay, so now I've got 2a here. I want to get just a by itself. So I'm going to start. I can say this is a negative 4b. I'm going to add 4b to both sides. Do the opposite of that. So plus 4b minus 4b just gives me 0 there. So I've got 2a is equal to 8 plus 4b on this side. How do I get rid of the 2? Well, that's times 2. I've got to divide by 2. And what I'm going to do is divide every term on this side by 2. Everything on this side, every term is going to be divided by 2. So 2a divided by 2 gives me 1a, because 2 divided by 2 is 1. On this side, I've got 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So a is equal to 4 plus 2b. Okay, I'll rewrite that down at the bottom, nice and compact. Okay. Alright, last example, find an expression for x and for the y, for the literal equation 3x plus 2y is equal to 4. So I'm going to do it twice here, okay, so let's do it quickly. For x, so for x, okay, well, I'm going to get rid of 2y here, so minus 2y to both sides, you get 3x is equal to 4 minus 2y. Okay, how do I get rid of the 3? Divide by 3 to both sides. And you get x is equal to 4 on 3, sorry, pardon me, minus 2 on 3y. And you can see what I've done here. Because 4 divided by 3 is not going to be a nice clean decimal answer, I've just left it as fractions, and you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. I would advise you to do it with simple fractions like this, 4 on 3 and 2 on 3. Okay, so x is equal to 4 on 3 minus 2 on 3y. Okay, so for y, I'm going to show you on the CAS. Okay, so let's say we've got our equation. Okay, so I'll get a new document, add calculator, and with algebra and equations, we're going to use menu, algebra, the solve function again. So I'm just going to remind myself of the equation. So 3x plus 2y is equal to 4, and I'm going to type that in there. 3x plus 2y is equal to 4. Okay, remember what you do is you go solve for, and in this case I'm not solving for x, I'm solving for y. Okay, so let's solve for y, and I'm going to press enter. Y is equal to that. Okay, so you could write that and that would be your answer. Okay, and that would be perfectly correct.